Hey y'all, I was trying to let some people get on here, just a few so we could talk about this substitute teacher situation. I want to know y'all thoughts on this. Parents, teachers, if you have not been following my platform or on my blogging journey with me, I have made a lot of videos and even in posts or whatever, basically like all my followers, my day ones, I'll say, they know that I come from a line of educators in my family. So I got like a lot of mixed emotions and feelings about this. So I wanted to come on here and chat with y'all, and just see what y'all think. So this is audio only because I'm just in the bed chilling, and it keeps coming up. So I want to know, have you guys saw the substitute teacher fighting the student? Like, what are your thoughts? Who do you feel was wrong? And I get that we are speaking on a child here, but these are these kids are different. I'm gonna say that, like they are very different. Um, I know me growing up, and I was born 1987. I'm 36 years old, and I just know like high school, middle school, elementary school, I would have never been behind a teacher's desk. And again, like I said, that's because of how I was raised and how I was brought up. Because for one, I would have been too afraid of what was gonna happen first off when I got home to my mama. My mama, my aunt, whoever, like just the adults in my family, period. My grandmother, and my grandmother she didn't put her hands on us, but like she disciplined us. So I just would have been too scared to disrespect an adult, um, like to that level or whatever, like all behind the desk, like all up on the lady and stuff. Now I did have a smart mouth, my mouth still smart. I had a smart mouth in school. I was a sassy child, so I'm not saying it like I was a perfect kid and I had, attitude. But as far as like bucking up on an adult, oh no. So I'm gonna read some of y'all comments because I want to know y'all take on this or whatever. I want to know like just basically like how do y'all feel like if it was your child? Like how do you feel if it was your kid? How do you feel if you were the teacher? Like excuse me, if you was the substitute teacher. Oh, hold on, y'all. I'm on YouTube. Okay, I'm gonna read y'all comments. Let's see, Lady V. Okay. Lady V said, kids are very disrespectful these days, and a lot of them don't have no one to teach them to know better because I can tell it's not her first time. Oh, yeah. Right. And that's why I'm saying, like, me growing up, even though my mouth was smart, even if an adult told me to hush and don't say nothing else, I knew how far to go. Like my aunt, she's a teacher, my dad's sister, and I still joke with her like I'm grown and I still like joke with her about how all she had to do was look at us because my aunt took up a lot of time with me, like she would pick me up on the weekends. That's why her children and I are like very close. We call each other like siblings because that's how we were raised basically. But all she had to do was look at us and we knew like okay, like she for real. Shut up. So, like they are different. They really are. Miss Deborah said, what school was that? I haven't seen it. I had screen recorded the video, Miss Deborah. I can send it to you. I can send it to you on Messenger, or maybe I'll put a clip of it up on YouTube so you can see it. I'm not sure what school it was. I was just online last night strolling and I saw it. or scrolling on my news feed, and I saw it pop up, and I was like, what in the world? And so I was on the phone with Cliff, and I was telling him about it, and he was like, you haven't saw that or whatever. He was like, you just now seeing that. Y'all, I am like the worst with news and what's going on in the media and stuff like that. I don't keep up with it. I just don't. If I catch it, I catch it. If I don't, I don't. Babe, how do you feel? I see you tuned in. How do you feel? What's your thoughts? Evangelist said, good evening, blessings, sis. Hey, sis. Derek said, I saw that video. Derek, what's your thoughts on the video? How do you feel? And I want to hear y'all point of view from, like, if you were the teacher again, and you know, like both sides or whatever. I know we have some people that are gonna be like very old fashioned. You know, I got an old fashioned soul myself, but I know some people gonna be very old fashioned. Like, that little girl was wrong. She didn't have no business, you know. And I had to keep watching the video over and over, because at one point I thought that the teacher hit her first, you know, and I was like, oh, that teacher. No. I thought that the child hit her first. And then when I kept looking at it, I'm like, oh, the teacher did kind of, like, you know, push the little girl first or whatever. But whichever way it was, I had it confused. I probably still got it confused, because like I said, I watched it like 2 or 3 times, like, and then I just couldn't watch it no more, because I was just like, you know, as a parent, I was just thinking, like, dang, what if that was my child? You know, and of course, like, my kids get disciplined. Like, Cliff say I'm too hard on them. Like, he's told me that before. Like, I discipline them. Like, Derek said, over a phone. Hey, sis. Hey, Brianna. Hey, Sharon. Sharon said, hey, Embrielle, these days you have to protect yourself from these kids. They will try you big time. Oh, yeah, they definitely will. They really will. And it's sad, Miss Sharon, but I always say, like, honey, I always say, look, my own kids don't play with me and try me. I will be damned if I let somebody else's child try me. So, you know, like, baby, I mean, like, nieces, nephews, little cousins, whatever. I have to put that out there. Like, look, my own kids know not to play with me. So I'm not finna be playing with nobody else's child. So, you know, get your kid. Because, you know, you have those type of parents that do not want you to discipline their kids also. You know, you have parents where if you say something to their child, like, let's just say, for example, sisters or you know, brothers or cousins or whatever, and you say something to their kid and they like, oh, don't tell my child what to do and this and that. Like, I told y'all, I got an old soul, and I'm a firm believer that it takes a village. When my child, any of my kids, when they go to my cousin that I'm always with to her house, my aunt that I was just telling y'all about, that's a teacher, when they go to her house, them kids get fussed out all the time. Like, they get fussed out all the time. My daughter, my aunt always fussing at her about going in her toothpaste or coming in her room, messing with her stuff on her countertop, you know, and I don't say anything because I know it's with love. You know, my cousin, she be fussing at my baby, like, and I don't get mad. It don't make me feel no type of way or anything. Like, they be giving her the blues, you know, but I know it's just love. Like, they don't mean no harm. Like, they don't have no ill will behind it. So I'm not one of them parents, like, don't say nothing to my child or don't tell her this. Like, because I wasn't raised up like that. Evangelist said, I didn't hear everything. I'm cleaning up. Oh, I was just asking them how they feel about the substitute that fought the student. Like, I just wanted to, you know. Brianna said, the only thing I seen wrong with the entire situation, the lady in it. Sis, come on now. Yeah, my sister said the only thing that I seen with the entire situation, the lady in that school with no drawers on. Really? Thank you for the stars, babe. Miss Deborah said, I went through that with my youngest son, and the teacher was a sub. He was in 3rd grade, and she did what? She something her fingernail in his skin and said he was being uncooperative, and all of his teachers knew that they could all call me. Girl, no, she didn't. Not she done dug her fingernail in your son's skin. Girl, I would have been livid. I would have been livid. I had to get with one of Jayla teachers like that. She trying to see like how she did it. Like, she had hit Jayla, you know, like it wasn't like a punch or a slap or nothing like that, but she had hit her and she tried to say that it was her reflex. Like, she was like, I am so sorry. I promise you, I love her. She is one of my favorite students. Like, she was crying so hard and everything. When I tell y'all, I was at my desk typing a damn essay to the Board of Education. That lady was on the phone calling me. I didn't even go through her when Jayla called me with the situation. You know, I didn't call the teacher or anything. I guess she got word after I sent them, you know, a long email. So after I sent the email, the teacher was calling me like crying and apologizing, you know, just telling me I would never hurt her and this and that. And these teachers, they be a troop too now. I know these kids be a mess, but these teachers, they be something else too. Let's see, how you doing? Said, seems like a very interesting topic. This is the first I heard about it, so I don't know the specifics. Oh, you got to watch it. Yeah, you got to watch it. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Like, who passed the first lick? Because I know when I watched it the first time, I had mistakenly thought it was the little girl, I think I want to say, because that's what I was telling Cliff. I was like, that little girl shouldn't have hit that lady, you know. And then when I watched it again, I think I saw the lady kind of like, you know, push the child first. And that's when the little girl like hit her back. Or she swung on her. Bougie Boo said, I saw the video. I've been a teacher for 30 years. The sub could have had a little more control by giving her choices. Yeah, she could have. That's what, Bougie Boo, that's the same thing that I said. I feel like they both were wrong. You know, like I said, I know some people are going to be like, oh, well, that's a child, you know, but y'all, like, you got to teach your kids, like, and I do this with my children. You have to teach your kids accountability at a young age. Like, and when I say a young age, like, let them know like that they did something that wasn't right. You know, don't do that again. Let them know the consequences from doing it. Like, you got to teach them about accountability early. And the reason that I say that is because it's some damn grown people who don't even know the first thing about being held accountable for their BS. And it's sad. Like, it is so sad. Like, my boyfriend tell me, he was like, there's one thing that I like have to give you, like I will say about you. If you mess up, you will say like, I effed up. Like, and you know, not every time, I'm not saying it like I'm perfect or whatever, but if I know that I messed up, my heart is just not gonna allow me to be like, I ain't did nothing. You know, like, I'm just gonna come out and say like, you right, I messed up, I shouldn't have did that, or I effed up, or you right. Like, you gotta teach these kids like accountability, because you do not want them growing up and being an adult, a full grown adult, and don't want to be held accountable for nothing. Like, it's sad. Hey, artists. Hey, Virgo. I'm not sure if it was in North Carolina or not. Because of the school policies, the teacher should have immediately called for the school safety officers. Yeah, to have her removed. She should have never put her hands on the young lady. Yeah, that's what I had said too. That's why I said I feel like they both were in the wrong, because one, that little girl shouldn't have been behind that lady's desk, you know, or in her workspace or whatever. Two, like you said, she should have been calling someone down there for help. Even when she got on top of the little girl, y'all, and you could tell she was using her weight, you know, like she was using her weight to hold the child down or whatever. And she was like, go get help, or no, she said go get an effing teacher. That's what she kept saying. Go get an effing teacher. Like, that's how she was talking to them kids. Like, I was like, she talking to them kids like they on a corner store. Like, it was crazy. Hey, Janelle's Place. Evangelist said, I saw a video, not sure if it's the same one. The student girl put the teacher in the hospital. Oh, I don't know. I don't know if she put her in the hospital. The way that one looked, it looked like the child might have been going if anybody was going. Brianna said, these children are a different breed now, for real. My granny didn't play that, period. Girl, yeah. Shoot, like I said, the most I would do is get smart with an adult. You think I was going to get in their face? Child, no. Hell no. Yeah, she did. I went to the school and she lied. And mind you, he's light-skinned. And I told her outside of the class, don't touch him. I almost went to jail, and I don't blame you. See, where I scared that teacher with, I didn't threaten her. Well, I didn't threaten her physically. So I didn't threaten her in that way or whatever. But I told her that I would have the news, every news channel at that school or whatever. And I told her that I would press charges on her. So that was enough for her to call and apologize, you know. And Jayla was like, she been so nice to me now. Hey, Audrey. Let's see. Hey, Christy. The student was wrong for having the phone, but the teacher was out of order, not professional at all. Definitely. She most definitely was not professional. Like I said, even when she got on top of the child, holding the child down, the way she was cussing at them other students to go get help, that wasn't even professional. I was like, oh my goodness. Like, and my thing is this, like I said, I'm a firm believer, you know, that it takes a village to raise these kids, because it do. That's how I was brought up. But all I kept thinking about, y'all, when I was watching that video was, if that was my child, you know, and that lady handling her like that, you know, like that's the only thing I could think about. And y'all know the other day when I had that little scare at my daughter's school or whatever, and I told y'all, I don't know who was tuned in, but if y'all look at that video and the parents that were telling their kids to walk off, and they was like, you tell them don't effing touch you, you walk off. You walk off the school, tell them don't put their MFing hands on you and this and that. And immediately me and my sister was on the phone, and I was like, I want to tell Jayla to leave. I was like, I'm going to try to tell her to leave, but I know she's not going to be disobedient. Like, if somebody try to stop her, my child is going to stop. Like, I know my kid, she's not going to keep going. And my sister was saying the same thing on the phone. She was like, yeah, Jayla going to stop. So, you know, like, even though you can't say what these kids will and won't do, you know, but I know my kid, and I know that she don't disrespect adults. You know, I haven't even had situations where, you know, like a teacher done called and said she was being disrespectful or anything. That would be my younger two, you know, if they being disrespectful, like getting smart and stuff like that, but not her. So I knew she wasn't gonna walk off the school or whatever. So I don't feel like my child would do what that little girl did. But again, you never know. You know what I'm saying? But I just kept looking at it thinking like, dang, what if that was my kid? You know, so that's why I said it was just a lot of mixed emotions, you know, like definitely not on nobody's side, because I feel like the both of them were wrong. I feel like the teacher was wrong and the kid was wrong. Really, Jeremy? I would have had her and said it was my reflex if she hit my child. Oh, you said you would have did hit her and said it was your reflex. Yeah, Jayla said she didn't harm her, like she didn't hurt her or anything, but I was livid. I was mad. I was so mad. And she got my message, because when she called me crying and, you know, apologizing, oh, I love Jayla. She's one of my favorite students. She's so sweet, and she just bring light to. I'm like, lady, don't let that happen again now. The lady pushed the child first. Okay, Brianna, that's what I thought. Because at first I was telling people that I was telling people the other way around. Not telling people that. That's what I thought, like, or Cliff, when I was on the phone with him. I was like, yeah, that little girl shouldn't have hit her. But then when I watched it again, I was like, oh, she hit the child first. So honestly, she was wrong in this situation because I feel like it could have been controlled. Yeah. Girl, cause I was laying down posting content, and I have, like, y'all, when you got a busy life, I keep saying this, like, when you got a busy life and you a content creator, like, I got so much stuff to post. Like, so much stuff. I hadn't even finished posting our stuff from our vacation. I put some of the vlogs together. I didn't put all of them together. And it is so time consuming. Like, it's really, really time consuming. And especially for somebody where this is not all you do. I don't just make content. I don't just sit at home all day creating content. I'm not a full-time content creator. You know, this is not my thing. I didn't come into this for this to be my thing, like, full-time, because I keep saying it. I don't care who get mad. It is what it is. Baby, they can shut this down tomorrow. What you gonna do? So for me, I never started vlogging or doing this for the income or the money. You know, I told y'all that because I'm very transparent. I started it to scale my own business and to get my brand out there, you know. So I didn't start for the reason that other people started. You know, I know a lot of people got into this for the money, but not me. Like, that ain't why I started. I want to get my own brand out there and my own name, you know. So that's why I started. And I'm not going to be doing just this and only this. It's not what I'm doing. So, you know, I always tell people, like, I am very, very thankful and grateful for my success and all of my accomplishments. However, if Facebook ends tomorrow, baby, I'm going to be good. And that's on you, and you. I am going to be good. You know, I was good before it got started, and I'm going to be good after it. So, you know, everybody had their own different goals and their own reasons of, you know, why they're on here. But content creator is not mine, unfortunately, you know. And that ain't no shade to nobody else. It's just, you know, my own reason. So because I do so much, I can't dedicate 8 full hours to doing this, to making content, editing content, putting out content. I just can't. Like, I got other stuff going on. I would hate for these people to say, you know, there's no more Facebook, or there's no more TikTok or Instagram or whatever, you know, and that's my only income. Boy, stop. Boy, stop. We're going to keep rolling. Baby, that's why I always teach and preach, build multiple streams of income. So when one stop, you know, you got other stuff flowing in. When I decided at the end of the year that I was not going to coach and teach for the first 6 months of the year, like, losing that income, it didn't hurt me. You know, like, my peace means more. My sanity means more. So for me to drop that one income, I have others. So I could drop that, you know, with no problem and say, like, okay, for my peace and, you know, so that I can refocus on me and rebuild and rebrand, you know, and all that stuff. Like, I'm just going to stop teaching for a minute. I'm going to stop coaching so that I can pour into my own cup, you know, and it was just needed. It was time. So I feel better. I'm in a good space. Like, I have peace. And I was speaking to this older lady today. Y'all, I love old people. I tell y'all this all the time, but I love old people and kids. But I like the old people more. But I was talking to this lady today, and basically just telling, hold on, y'all. I said so much about this situation. But anyways, I was talking to sis, I'm just talking, so I don't even know where your comment came in at. But I was talking to the old lady today, and I was just telling her, like, she was telling me basically how she had to cut off some family and friends. And she was like, you know, I prayed about it. And she was like, close friends, you know, and really close family. But she was like, I prayed about it, you know, and when God said let them go, I had to let them go, and that was just that. And she said, you know, now I'm in a place where I can deal with them and it don't bother me. She said, and I even, it was so funny, y'all, because she said, baby, I even let them know I'm going to deal with you, but I don't trust you. And baby, if don't nobody else keep it real, old people keep it real. They raw with it. They going to tell you straight up what it is. And I was telling her when she was telling me that, and I was like, and you know what? That's the piece that I got or whatever, because I did not have that last year. You know, like with losing my grandmother and then like going through so much stuff with like different people in different situations. I was like, this piece that I got right here, can't nobody touch it. Nobody. When I say nobody, I mean not a soul. And that's what I was telling her. I was like, because this piece, it came from God. I know it came right from him. Like, baby, he covered me in it. So when I'm in like situations, circumstances, and all that, baby, if it costs me my peace, it's too expensive for me. I can't even afford it. Can't afford it. It's too high. Y'all know what we say. That's our word. Oh, that's too high. It's too high. Too high. I can't afford it. So I just love this space. I love this for me. I'm happy. I'm glowing. I'm growing. And I'm going to continue to do that. So this is just like, that's why I put up yesterday, like, I can't wait until I start back coaching and teaching. Like, when I tell y'all, baby, when I hit the ground, I'm hitting the ground running, like fully reloaded, because I put myself first for once. Like, I'm not worried about everybody else. I'm not giving everybody easy access to me this year, you know, and that's just what it is. And the thing that I love most about this space is that I am standing firm. Like, if I showed y'all my inbox, how many people have reached out to me to coach them or teach them, you know, or even within my comments or whatever, or my business line, you know, people just reaching out like, hey, I want you to be my mentor. I want you to coach me. The old me, because I put everybody else before me, the old me, I would have been like, oh, okay, you know, when do you want to get started or this or that? Not now. Nope. Like, I done turned down so many people. Oh, I'm not teaching right now. I'm not coaching right now. Cause like, I'm focusing on me. I'm doing what I want to do for once. Like, I'm traveling. You know, like, my relationship is good, healthy. My kids are good and healthy. Like, I'm just enjoying life. I really am. Baby, that video of the boot on the car, Cliff had me on the floor. He is so silly. He's so silly. And shout out to my man. I love my man. I got to shout him out before I get off this live, y'all, because when I tell y'all, he be coming through. Like, he be coming through. It the one of the podcast questions that they asked us was like, if you ever got rich, like, who would you bring to the top with you? Y'all probably feel like, dang, she put him over her family, baby, because that's how he coming about me. You feel me? Like, and I'm returning the support that I get. That's how he coming about me. So he definitely going to the top with me. I mean, like, right there by my side. Like, he is just so supportive. Like, I mean, he's so supportive. Like, you got to get you somebody on your team like that. Like, for real. If your spouse, your partner, or whoever you with ain't coming for you like that, baby, tell God to remove them. That's all I'm gonna say. Tell God to remove them, because he was out working, and Tanya and I met up to work today, you know, and we needed somebody to record. We didn't have anybody to record, and he pulled right up. Like, he finished his job and he was like, babe, I'm on the way to you. And I was like I didn't even know he was coming. And I was like, you coming down here? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna come and help y'all. And so I just want to shout him out for that, because he is so very supportive of, I don't care what crazy idea I take to him, y'all. He might think some of the stuff, because my brain go 100 miles per hour with ideas and stuff. And he probably thinks some of the stuff I go to him with be crazy, but he gonna stand right by me, like 10 toes down. And I love, love, love him for that. Because you killing it in every different way. Oh, thank you, sis. Thanks, Van. Van said, I'm so proud of you, sis. You are definitely holding it down and doing your thing. Yes. And I love looking back at my memories, y'all. Like today I had a memory come up when I was checking my memories that, you know, basically I was like celebrating my 12K. Like I put in my post, I celebrate all my wins, big or small. And I was celebrating my 12K last year. And I just love to see the growth. And that's why I keep saying, like, take time to pour in your own cup. Put you first. Like, put you first and focus on you. And when I tell you, you could do a whole 360, because I just know some of the things that I have accomplished lately, I would not have accomplished them if I would have still been like pouring into everybody else, you know, and putting me last or whatever. So just take time to pour into you. Like, do what you want to do. Don't ever let nobody make you feel like you don't matter, because you do. Don't ever make nobody feel like you're not important, because you are. Don't ever let nobody feel like you ain't the prize, baby, because you are. You the prize too. And that don't mean that you saying that they aren't, but you are too. You know what I'm saying? So I just like looking back and, you know, seeing my growth or whatever. And I'm going to keep growing and keep elevating. I'm going to keep inspiring. I'm going to keep being an influencer, like I said. Because I used to say last year, y'all, like, I'm not an influencer. I'm a blogger. No, baby, I'm a whole influencer in these streets. Like my cousin Jamisha said. My cousin Jamisha, I said, I'm an upcoming influencer. She said, no, honey, you are an influencer. And those are the type of people that you need around you. Like, you need those type of people around you that's going to pour into you like that. Saturday, I went out and celebrated my birthday. Y'all know I was with my kids on my birthday, so I had to, you know, be good. But when I tell y'all, Saturday, I turned all the way up and celebrated my birthday and my 100K celebration. And my family showed up like they always do. My circle, my people. Like, they showed up and celebrated me, and we had a blast. When I tell y'all, we had a time. We partied and danced and ate good and all that until the lights came on in that place. So that's what you want to surround yourself with. Go around people where you are celebrated and not tolerated. If I feel like I'm a burden on you and you just tolerating me, I don't want to deal with you. Like, I don't want to deal with you. I don't want to be in your circle. I don't want to be in your environment. I don't want no ties with you. Like, I want to be around people where I'm celebrated, because I'm giving that same thing. Like I said, I show up in love, always have. Anybody that's been in my presence can tell y'all that. Like, I show up in love, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. So I expect the same thing in return. Shoot, like, hype me up like I'm going to hype you up. Any accomplishment that you do or that you working on, I'm going to make sure I push you. You know, if you somebody that's in my circle that I'm talking to, I'm going to encourage you, motivate you, lift you up. I'm going to push you towards your goal. Like, get around people like that. Those are the type of people that you want to be around. Tay said, period, sis. Me too, sis. It's the love for me, right? And that's something, Van, like, people can't ever, that's something people can't take from you. I don't care what they say. Like I put in that post of the memory that I shared when I said, fighting depression with a broken heart from losing my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Like, being lied on, people lying on my name. Like, regardless of all that, I still kept going, because God knows my heart. And that's all that matters. And like I said, when you move with pure intentions and when you got a pure heart, bump what them folks talking about. Let them say what they want to say. Let them tell whatever side they want to tell. God knows my heart, and that's all that matters. I show up in love. You gonna feel it when I enter the room, period. So, and honey, like I said, anybody else say different, hey, that's your opinion, you know, and that's your business, not mine. Uh-oh, we about to go dead over here on YouTube. Janice said, that's right, claim it. Hey, Therese, or Teresa, am I saying it wrong? Hey, Celeste. Thank y'all for coming on here. Somebody said teamwork. Yes. Yep, I loved it. And even when Cliff can't show up, you know, Tanya, her boo, gonna show up and support us. He is very supportive. Like, he's so supportive. Like, it's crazy. You know, like, and I'm very big on, I am very, very big on shouting men out and celebrating them as well, because I do feel like they don't get that enough. The good ones, the ones that deserve it, the ones that get out here and bust their butt and provide and take care of their family, you know, and take care of their women and their children. They don't get enough praise and, you know, and honored enough. So very big on that. But yep, if Cliff can't come, then my sis boo gonna show up, and he gonna show up and support us. Van said, I'm fighting depression. People lying on me and trying to destroy my life, but God is in control all the time. All the time. And Van, that's honestly what helped me get through. You know, like when I'm in a place of people attacking me, or the enemy or the devil or whatever, like that's what keep me going. That's what keeps me motivated, because I know that God is carrying me. Like I know he got me. I told that lady that today, because we was talking about the school situation, because she actually live in that county or whatever, and we was just talking about that situation. I was telling her what that one person came on there and commented and said, oh, prayer not gonna fix this. Child, please. You can go on and tell that to somebody else and dead they faith, but you ain't gonna dead mine. You can't even, you know, that ain't even went, you know, in my ear. It stopped soon as it got right there, because you can't tell me that. I told her, I was telling him, like, or whoever that person was, I was like, you definitely don't know God, because baby, prayer can change a lot, a whole lot. So, you know, you just keep praying, keep leaning on his word, and God will see you through. Like I'm telling you, he will definitely see you through. I thought when January came, I was going to be really sad, because my grandmother, you know, like that's like her death anniversary. And I was like, oh, like I was just dreading it. And when I tell you I didn't shed not one tear, I didn't cry at all. Like I wasn't sad, I wasn't depressed. And I know that's peace from God. Like I know it, I can feel it. And these first few months of this year, I've been feeling good. That's why I just, like, I'm in a space where, like, I'm blocking out things that don't mean me any good. I'm gonna say it like that. Like if it's not meant for me, I'm asking God to reveal, remove, you know, reveal and remove. Like if it ain't meant for me, I'm blocking it out. Like, and that's just that. Yes, definitely. But God, prayer definitely changes things. It sure does. Yep, it sure do. And when, like I said, when you know that God is carrying you through, you're going to be all right. I promise you. Promise you that. You're going to be just fine. You just cannot lose your faith. Like, you got to still hold on to it. And that's why I said that scare with my daughter, like, at her school, there was not 1 minute that I felt like, you know, with me praying and crying and being upset or whatever, there was not 1 second where I lost my faith in God, because I'm not going to ever. Hey, Charlotte. She said, yeah, prayer definitely works. Nobody can tell me different either. I know that's right. Not a devil in hell. All right, y'all. But I want to come on here and talk to y'all about that. If y'all catch the replay, make sure y'all drop y'all opinions, or, you know, your point of view in the comments, because I would love to go back and read it and see. And I'm probably going to put the video up on YouTube or whatever if I can. I know I can't put it up on Facebook because, yeah, I had got in trouble one time posting something. All I was doing was minding my business, waiting on the kids some food, and these 2 boys got to scuffling. And they restricted me for putting that up there. So, you know, I have to be good. over there. Faith without works is dead. Prayer really does change things. It sure do. I'm glad your daughter is okay and everyone at her school. Yeah, I still be scared though. Like I really do. I just be like, oh, I just pray like when I put them out, you know, pray and pray for everybody at the school and all the schools, like, shoot. But, all right, y'all. Y'all have a good night.